Assalamualaikum. I'm Mohammed Shamim Firdos. My ID is 16CSE037, Department of CSE. I would also like to mention my supervisor name, that is Dr. Minal Kanti Bawali, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE. Now I'm going to give my presentation of my project named Drug Dictionary BD. First of all, the contents are here. They include introduction, motivation, objectives, implementation, and so on. Introduction. The app I made is a drug index application based on the Android platform. Here, user can view all kind of drug details in the app. Also, drugs are categorized by their indication name, class name, and generic name. Motivation. One has to look for it on the web to search a specific drug. For the problem arises when the number is not one or two, it is too many. And not all websites provide all required details. One has to browse more and more, which sometimes results in failure. I became motivated from these problems to solve it and try to create an Android app with having all drug details in it. There would be database which would be properly fed with all kinds of drug informations. Um, there can be drugs can be browsed by their indication name, generic name, and class name. The app requires one-time data download from online database Firebase, and later it can be fully used offline. Making a system like this will solve these problems and it will be very useful. Objectives. The objectives are to know the indication, dosages, side effects, mode of action, pricing in the market. Implementation. I used waterfall model here for implementation. Waterfall model is a sequential approach where fundamental activity of a process is arranged in linear order. The processes are requirement analysis, system design, system implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Waterfall model is used here because uh, all the requirements are very clear, as the project is not dealing with the client. Tool suite, front-end tool. Here for the front-end, XML is used. We all know XML is used widely for designing the front end of an Android app. Backend tool. Here for the backend tool, I use Java, SQLite, and Firebase. Java is used widely for programming of an Android app. Here in my project, I use SQLite as offline database management system that is embedded into the Windows program. And in my project, I used Firebase for online database management system that is real time and that is very efficient and gives low latency solution for the mobile apps. Testing and results. Here two type of testings are done. They are unit testing and system testing. For this app, unit testing is done by test case for installation and test case for data entry. As the app does not have login module, so test case for login is skipped here. System testing. System testing is done by testing the entire system for error and bugs. Results of unit testing. Here we know when the expected results and the actual results are same, we can say all remarks are passed. In the project, the app run successfully. The app successfully installed and opened with a home page. This is for testing, for test case for installation, and for test case for data entry. The data entry is also working. So the expected results and the actual results are same, and we can say all remarks are passed. Results of system testing. In system testing, test case for installation, test case for data entry, test case for clicking tabs, all are done. Here also the expected results and the actual results are same. So we can say all remarks are passed. Future direction. Future direction of this app include implementing fully offline application. As the patient need to download data first time only. and there will be a option added named other bands, so that drug of other bands of the same generic name can be found easily. And lastly, optimizing it so that it can run faster in low-end devices. Conclusion: this project turned out to be a valuable experience in Android development. Every important details anyone required in a single app, they are in the app. No need to search every details one by one on the web. And lastly, it would be very useful for its users. These are the references I used in project. That's the end of my slide, and now I'd like to show my project on Android Studio. Now I'm going to run my project on emulator. Oh, it is installing. This is the splash screen of my project. So the home page appears. Here in the home page, the default action bar of Android is added. Now I added uh, a sync button that download data from online database Firebase. Now a slider. We can see a slider with that contains 3 images. The images can be moved from right to left. And a search button appears where can we search drugs by their brand name, generic name, and indication name. I search a drug by their brand name Atova and it appears. I also search a drug by their generic name misoprostol, that appears in the screen. I also search uh, for a drug for their indication name, that is fever, and it also appears. Now the drugs can be browsed by their indication name, class name, and generic name also. For indication, the indication names are showing here. We can see a drug here. Same goes for the class name and generic name also. Now add drug. Here add drug option is used for the admin uh, to insert drug details on the Firebase. The admin need to fully fill all the input fields here and click the add button. That then it will be added to the Firebase database. Here favorite option is used for marking any drug, and it will be then appear in favorite. Now I will do one for. So I marked local here at Orvastatin, and local is appeared in the favorite list. The next option feedback is for sending feedback to admin email. The feedback can be sent by their respective title and clicking the send button. Warnings. In warnings, some warnings and precautions are listed. And lastly, the app info is shown. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you all.